231 Division I schools sports programs with data availability made $9.5 billion in revenue in the 2015 fiscal year. I found this with the author named Gaines on a website that talked about how much colleges' sports programs made. I have played sports throughout my life and know them really well. I pay attention to college sports and professional sports, so know about money and how the leagues work and how NCAA works. Sports affect everyone in some way. Everyone has a team they cheer for, as well as a favorite player. I will talk about how paying college athletes will not change the game, and why they need to get paid, and how to regulate how much they get paid. College athletes need to be paid. They bring in lots of money to the school, and free tuition is not enough. People say that the game will lose its purity if you pay college players, because in the NBA the game is also impure. But if you pay them, kids will stay longer in college. And athletes are leaving early because they want to make money. College basketball would be even more exciting with keeping good players for 4 years, allowing teams to compete with quote-unquote super teams. They would have more desire to play, and they would be motivated to play because the better the team does, the more money they can bring in, which would be more money for them. People say that they get free tuition so they don't need to get paid. But getting free tuition is not enough. I found that on a website that talks about the cost of college and what the tuition actually pays for, or what the scholarship actually pays for. Most athletes don't have time to go to classes. I found this on a website that showed the breakdown of a college football player's daily routine. He only got about 4 hours to go to classes and lunch. The rest of the time was spent with the team doing various tasks, practices, training, and other team like film and stuff. Practice is also all during or most of the day, so classes take up the rest of the time. There are lots of other expenses as well. Fees and room and board are not covered under most scholarships. Walk-ons are also part of the team, but they don't get classes for free, and they still have to pay for everything else people who get free tuition do, but they also have to pay for tuition on top of that. And most of the time you can't even go to the class, so you're just wasting your own money. People's other concern is how do they regulate what they make? How do you regulate how much money the college athletes make? To look at this question, you need to first see how much money the college athletic programs make. I have this chart that shows the money that the schools make. In the blue are all the colleges. There's too many, so they can't be labeled. And on the right-hand side is the numbers increasing in size. This chart is called Revenue Generated by Division I Athletic Departments. Texas A&M and the University of Texas both made more than $180 million in sports revenue. In the middle, we have 77% of schools make less than $50 million in athletic revenue. And in the bottom lower section, we have 44% of schools make less than $20 million in athletic revenue. Even the lowest schools still make quite a substantial amount of money that they don't even know what to do with. I suggest that they take only part of what they bring in and give it back to the students, or to the student athletes rather, and that everyone is paid evenly so there is no fighting and there's no complications, even if some players are better than the other or play more, so that everyone has the same opportunity. Also, the better your team does, the more money they should get. For example, how many games you win, which can correlate with how much you're on TV. TV deals bring in lots of money for programs. Also, many teams do tournaments throughout the year, and there are cash prizes for some of them. This could be divided up on the teams. Like, for example, during March Madness, basketball teams are awarded a prize, and this could be divided up between the players. The game would stay the same if athletes got paid. Athletes have more expenses than just tuition and need more money so they can live. With proper regulation, and guidance, athletes getting paid can be a great thing. I hope with the information you have been given that I have at least opened your eyes to the problem that has been hurting college athletes for years. And maybe one day we can change it. Remember, you never know when something will directly affect you.